First Contact Major Jason Hawk floated in the silent void of space, tethered to the International Space Station. As he adjusted a solar panel, his helmet radio crackled to life. "Jason, do you see that?" The voice of Commander Lee Chen, his colleague aboard the ISS, carried a mix of confusion and urgency. Jason turned, squinting against the sun's glare. His breath caught as he saw it, a massive fleet materializing seemingly from nowhere. The ships, sleek and metallic, glinted ominously against the backdrop of Earth. "I see it, Lee. Alert Houston immediately. This doesn't look like any satellite deployment I've ever seen," Jason replied, his voice steady despite the adrenaline surge. Back in the control room, Lee's fingers flew over the console, sending a distress signal to Mission Control. "Houston, this is ISS Command. Urgent message. We have visual on an unidentified fleet in Earth's orbit. Please advise." As they awaited a response, the situation escalated. Brilliant flashes of light erupted from the fleet, followed by distant booms that vibrated through the station. "Houston, they are attacking Earth. We need instructions." Lee's voice shook as she reported the unfolding disaster. On Earth, the response was immediate and frantic. Major General Carter at the Pentagon received the transmission. "Get me Major Hawk on the line now," he barked to his aide. Within moments, Jason's radio buzzed again. "Major Hawk, this is General Carter. We're witnessing attacks on major global cities. We need your eyes up there. What's your status?" "We're unharmed, but the station is shaking with every blast. It's a full-scale assault, General. I've never seen technology like this," Jason reported, his mind racing with tactical possibilities. "Understood. Maintain observation and keep us updated. We're mobilizing global defense units now. Hold tight, Major." As Jason and Lee monitored the alien assault, they saw the devastating impacts of the attack. Columns of smoke rose from Earth's surface, painting a dire picture of the chaos below. "Lee, we need to gather as much intel as we can." "Anything could help Earth's defenses," Jason said, turning back to his instruments to record the attack patterns and ship formations. "Yes, Major. I'll track their movements and report any changes immediately," Lee responded, her voice resolute. Major Jason Hawk re-entered the ISS from his spacewalk, his mind burdened by the severity of the alien threat. As he removed his suit, his communication panel lit up again. General Carter's voice boomed through the speakers, urgent and commanding. "Major Hawk, convene with your team immediately. We're setting up a global response, and your insights are crucial. We're patching you into the Pentagon now." As Jason gathered his team in the cramped conference module of the ISS, faces around him were taut with apprehension. They joined the secure video link, where screens flickered to life showing tense groups of military and government officials from around the world. General Carter addressed the assembly. "This is a global crisis. Major Hawk and his team have vital information from their direct observation of the attackers. Major, please update the coalition on what you've seen." Jason cleared his throat. "The fleet's capabilities are beyond anything we've previously encountered. Their weapons are highly advanced, and they've launched coordinated strikes on major cities across all continents. The attack patterns suggest they're crippling our infrastructure first, likely to prevent any coordinated countermeasures." A murmur spread through the room as Jason's report sank in. The French delegate, General Dubois, leaned forward. "What do you propose, Major?" "We need to pool our resources. Space agencies worldwide must track their movements, and military forces need to be on high alert for further attacks," Jason recommended, his strategic mind mapping out the beginnings of a plan. The Russian representative, Admiral Volkov, nodded in agreement. "We should also consider the possibility of ground invasion. Our response must be as coordinated and multifaceted as their attack." The meeting shifted to rapid-fire exchanges as plans were drawn. Satellite networks were redirected to monitor the alien fleet, while ground and air forces worldwide were put on the highest alert. Jason turned to Commander Lee. "Keep monitoring any communications or signals from the fleet. We need every piece of intel." "Yes, Major," Lee responded, already tuning the equipment to intercept alien frequencies. Meanwhile, back on Earth, emergency measures were enacted. Cities were evacuated where possible, and citizens were moved to emergency shelters. The world was on edge, united by a common threat. In the midst of this, Jason felt a surge of resolve. The Earth had faced calamities before, but nothing of this magnitude. It was not just a battle for survival, but a test of humanity's ability to unite and respond to a threat of cosmic proportions. As the meeting concluded, Jason looked out of the porthole at the blue-green orb below. The beauty of Earth contrasted sharply with the dark vessels orbiting above, He knew the coming days would challenge him like never before, but he was ready to lead the charge. He wasn't just fighting for himself or his team, but for the entire human race. Back on Earth, governments and military bases communicated fervently to strategize the defense against the alien incursion. Major Jason Hawk, still aboard the ISS, became a central figure in these discussions, his unique vantage point providing critical strategic insights. In a secure military base hidden in the Rockies, a rapid deployment force was being assembled, christened the Earth Guard. Jason, via secure satellite link, addressed the assembly of elite soldiers and pilots who had volunteered for what might be a suicide mission. "Your courage today will define the future of humanity," Jason began, his image flickering on the large digital screen before the troops. "You are not just defending our home, you are the spearhead of humanity's resistance." Captain Elena Marquez, a decorated pilot chosen to lead the air squadron, stood among her peers, her expression resolute. "We'll give them hell, Major," she affirmed, her voice carrying through the assembled crowd, sparking a murmur of determined agreement. The Earth Guard's first mission was to disrupt the alien fleet's supply lines. Intelligence suggested that the aliens were using a captured orbital platform as a staging ground for their ground forces. Sabotaging this would slow their advance and give Earth needed breathing space. Jason coordinated with ground control, outlining the plan. "We'll use guerrilla tactics, hit and run, avoid direct engagement unless absolutely necessary. Our goal is to disorient them, make them rethink their strategy." As the Earth Guard prepared, Jason turned to his scientific team. "Let's figure out what they want. Dr. Singh, any progress on decoding their transmissions?" Dr. Annika Singh, a linguist and cryptologist, adjusted her glasses. "It's complex, Major. Their language is highly contextual, but we're making headway. I believe they communicate in frequencies beyond our normal hearing." "Keep at it. Every piece of information is a weapon for us," Jason encouraged, his gaze returning to the surveillance feeds displaying troop movements and satellite imagery. Meanwhile, the Earth Guard executed their first strike. Stealth fighters slipped through the alien patrols, delivering a payload of newly developed electromagnetic pulses designed to fry the alien tech. The operation was a gamble, but it paid off. The platform went dark, causing confusion among the alien ranks. Captain Marquez reported back, "Objective achieved, Major. We're returning to base." Her cockpit cam showed a bright flare as another alien ship malfunctioned, disabled by their attack. Jason watched the footage from the ISS, his heart swelling with pride, but also heavy with the magnitude of their task. "Great work, Captain. Let's prepare for the next phase." As Earth's night rolled into day, the news of the Earth Guard's successful strike spread, boosting morale among the global population. People across the world stood in solidarity, supporting their defenders with a renewed sense of hope. Jason, observing Earth's unified response, felt a deep sense of responsibility. They had won a battle, but the war was just beginning. He knew that each small victory was crucial, not just in the military sense, but in keeping the spirit of resistance alive across the globe. In the cramped quarters of the ISS, Major Jason Hawk reviewed the latest reports from Earth Guard's initial skirmishes. The successes were minor but symbolically significant, proving the aliens weren't invincible. Beside him, Dr. Annika Singh held up a tablet, her eyes wide with anticipation. "Major, we've made a breakthrough with the alien communications," she announced. Jason leaned closer, peering at the complex waveforms on the screen. "Explain," he commanded, his focus sharpening. "We've isolated a recurring pattern in their transmissions. It appears to be a vulnerability in their shield technology. When exposed to a specific modulated frequency, their shields fluctuate momentarily," Annika explained, her fingers swiping through the data. Jason grasped the implications instantly. "We could exploit this. Prepare a detailed report and transmit it to Earth Guard Command. They'll need to modify their weapon systems to emit this frequency." As Annika coordinated with the tech teams, Jason convened a video conference with Earth's military leaders and Earth Guard commanders. He shared the discovery and its potential. "This is our chance to shift from defense to offense. We'll need to reconfigure some of our satellites to broadcast this frequency during engagements." Captain Elena Marquez, now back at base and overseeing her squadron's refit, responded, "We'll be ready, Major. This could be the edge we need." The next few days were a flurry of activity. Satellites were recalibrated, and Earth Guard's arsenal was upgraded. Meanwhile, Jason kept a watchful eye on alien movements, predicting their next likely target. The opportunity came sooner than expected. Intelligence pinpointed a major alien fleet congregating near the moon, likely preparing for another strike. This was the target Earth Guard had been waiting for, Operation Echo Strike is a go, Jason declared, initiating the counteroffensive. Earthguard's fighters, now equipped with the new technology, launched in waves from their base. As the alien fleet approached lunar orbit, Earthguard's modified satellites began broadcasting the disruptive frequency. Initial reports were frantic but hopeful. "It's working! Their shields are down intermittently," came the excited voice of a pilot mid-combat. On the ISS, Jason and his team monitored the battle's progress. Each report was a mixture of anxiety and triumph. The aliens, caught off guard, scrambled to regain their defenses, but Earthguard pressed the advantage, striking hard and fast. The battle raged fiercely near the lunar surface. Explosions dotted the void as alien ships, their shields flickering and failing, were picked off by precise strikes. Finally, Captain Marquez's voice crackled through the comm, victorious. "Major, the alien fleet is retreating. We've inflicted significant damage." Jason allowed himself a moment of relief. "Well done, Captain. Let's regroup and prepare for their next move. This war isn't over, but today we've shown them that Earth will not go down without a fight." As the team on the ISS and Earthguard celebrated their victory, Jason looked out at the stars, aware that the challenge ahead was daunting, but also that humanity was no longer just a victim in this cosmic conflict. They were a formidable adversary. Major Jason Hawk watched the real-time data feeds streaming into the ISS, the glow of the monitors reflecting off his intent face. The next critical phase of their strategy was about to unfold. Reports from satellite surveillance indicated a large concentration of alien forces assembling above the Atlantic Ocean, likely preparing for a massive direct assault. "We've got them right where we want them," Jason murmured, plotting coordinates on the digital map. He initiated a secure call to Captain Elena Marquez, who was gearing up with her squadron aboard the aircraft carrier USS Endeavour, now repurposed as Earthguard's mobile command for this operation. "Captain Marquez, the aliens are massing over the Atlantic. It's time to implement the Trident plan. Are your units ready?" Jason's voice was calm but carried an urgency that underscored the operation's significance. "Affirmative, Major. All units are on standby, ready to move on your command." Elena's response was crisp, her tone conveying the readiness and resolve of her team. Jason nodded, even though Elena couldn't see him. "Execute at 0400. Use the atmospheric anomalies to your advantage. We need those aliens off our planet." As the clock struck the hour, advanced stealth bombers took off from the USS Endeavour, slicing through the dark sky, nearly invisible against the cloud cover. Below them, the dark waters of the Atlantic churned, hiding submarines that were part of Earthguard's naval forces, ready to launch a series of underwater missiles. The first wave of attacks was designed to disable the alien fleet's lower defenses, allowing Earthguard's aerial forces a clear path to strike. As the submarines released their payloads, the stealth bombers descended, unleashing a barrage of the newly developed frequency-disruptive missiles. Back on the ISS, Jason and his team watched as the alien shields flickered and failed under the onslaught of coordinated attacks. Cheers broke out around him as reports of successful hits came in. However, the celebration was short-lived. The aliens, realizing the threat, began to regroup and counterattack, sending a barrage of energy pulses toward the Earthguard fleet. The USS Endeavour rocked with the impact, alarms blaring across the command center. "Evasive maneuvers. Keep the pressure on," Captain Marquez ordered, her voice steady despite the chaos. Her pilots maneuvered skillfully, dodging the retaliatory strikes while continuing their assault. The battle reached a fever pitch, with both sides taking significant losses. Just when it seemed the alien countermeasures were gaining the upper hand, a group of Earthguard's elite fighter squad, led by Captain Marquez herself, broke through the enemy line, delivering a critical blow to the alien command ship. As the alien ship exploded in a brilliant flash of light, a temporary silence fell over the battlefield. Jason, watching from above, felt a mix of triumph and sorrow for the lives lost. "Captain, status report?" he demanded, needing to hear the situation from the ground, or in this case, the sea. "We've done it, Major. The main alien vessel is down. We're assessing damages and preparing for search and recovery operations." Elena's voice was weary but victorious. This major victory at the Battle of the Atlantic marked a turning point. Jason knew that while this win was crucial, the war was far from over. Yet, this success gave humanity hope, and more importantly, a tactical advantage they desperately needed. The path ahead remained fraught with danger, but now, more than ever, Earth was ready to face whatever challenges came next. With the alien command ship in ruins floating in the Atlantic, a critical opportunity presented itself. Major Jason Hawk proposed a daring mission to recover any surviving technology and gather intelligence from the wreckage. This mission, if successful, could potentially expose the aliens' strategic vulnerabilities or yield advanced technology for Earth's benefit. Captain Elena Marquez and her special operations team, equipped with deep-sea and space-grade recovery gear, were deployed to the submerged sections of the alien vessel. The sea was rough, with high waves stirred up by the recent battle, adding to the operation's peril. Jason, coordinating from the ISS, watched the live feeds nervously. "Remember, we don't know if the vessel is entirely secure. Proceed with caution," he instructed, his voice a constant presence in the team's earpieces. Elena led her team through the dark, eerie corridors of the alien ship, her helmet's light cutting through the murky waters. They moved in a tight formation, aware that any corner could still hold operational security drones. As they reached what appeared to be the ship's central command, Elena signaled her team to halt. She approached a console, its alien symbols flickering dimly. Dr. Annika Singh, patched through via Elena's camera, guided her through the interface. "Left panel, that sequence there. Try to initiate it," Annika instructed. Elena's gloved hand pressed against the indicated area, and the console hummed to life, emitting a series of low beeps. Screens lit up, displaying star maps and cryptic data streams. "We have access. Downloading data," Elena confirmed, her team setting up portable drives to transfer as much information as possible. Meanwhile, Jason coordinated with EarthGuard's top analysts, preparing them to receive and decode the alien data. This could tell us everything from their fleet positions to potential weaknesses in their technology. "Every bit counts," he stressed. The mission took a tense turn when the team detected residual energy signatures in the lower decks, indicating that parts of the ship might still be powered, and potentially dangerous. Elena decided to investigate, leading a small contingent down into the bowels of the alien vessel. What they found was beyond their expectations. Intact energy cells that were unlike anything Earth's scientists had seen before. "These could power a city, or better yet, our defense systems," Elena remarked, her team carefully extracting the cells. As they surfaced with the recovered technology and data, cheers erupted in the ISS and across EarthGuard's command centers. The successful mission not only provided critical intelligence, but also a technological edge that could shift the war's balance. Back on the ISS, Jason reviewed the initial data decryption, revealing new insights into the alien fleet's logistics and potential plans for further assaults. With this knowledge, Earth could anticipate and counter future attacks more effectively. "Let's use this advantage wisely. Prepare all units for possible new strategies based on this intel," Jason ordered, his mind already racing through scenarios and countermeasures. As the chapter concluded, Earth's forces felt a renewed surge of strategic optimism. The information and technology gleaned from the alien ship opened new avenues for defense and retaliation, bringing humanity one step closer to ending the alien threat. The war was far from over, but Earth was now fighting on a more even footing. The recovery of alien technology and data from the sunken command ship brought a strategic breakthrough for Earth's defenses. Major Jason Hawk, now armed with invaluable intelligence about the alien tactics and technology, orchestrated a series of precise counterattacks across the globe. The EarthGuard, reinvigorated by their recent victories, were ready to take the fight to the aliens with newfound vigor. As Jason reviewed the battle plans with his commanders, the mood was cautiously optimistic. "We have them on the back foot now. Let's keep it that way," he said, finalizing the details of a multi-front offensive designed to exploit the weaknesses they had uncovered. Captain Elena Marquez led the aerial squadron in a critical strike against an alien outpost in North Africa, where the aliens had been amassing forces for what seemed to be a significant push towards Europe. The outpost, identified through the decrypted data, was less guarded than usual, an opportunity they couldn't miss. The battle was intense. As Elena's squadron swooped down, the alien defenses, weakened by the targeted frequency disruptions, failed to hold. Missiles and fighter jets tore through the outpost, setting off a chain of explosions. However, the victory was not without sacrifice. The EarthGuard lost several brave fighters in the assault, each loss weighing heavily on Elena and her team. "This victory cost us dearly," Elena reported to Jason, her voice tinged with sorrow despite the strategic gain. Back at the ISS, Jason processed the news with a heavy heart. "Honor their memory by finishing this war," he solemnly told her. Meanwhile, on the ground, coordinated attacks by Earth's forces continued to push the alien invaders back. In Asia and South America, major alien supply lines were cut off, causing disarray and confusion among their ranks. Human forces were reclaiming territory, town by town, city by city. In the midst of these operations, Dr. Annika Singh made another breakthrough. She had managed to reverse engineer the alien energy cells, integrating their power into Earth's defense grid. This not only boosted the energy output of Earth's weapon systems, but also provided much-needed power to cities that had been dark since the beginning of the invasion. With each passing day, the tide seemed to turn more in favor of Earth. Yet, Jason knew the war was far from over. The alien fleet, though weakened, still posed a significant threat. He needed to end it decisively to prevent any future attempts to invade Earth. The final push came when Jason led a daring mission directly into the heart of the alien command fleet still orbiting Earth. With precise maneuvers and the advantage of the reverse-engineered technology, his team boarded the flagship. The ensuing battle was fierce, with heavy casualties on both sides. Jason found himself face-to-face with the alien commander in a tense standoff. Utilizing a combination of the alien's own weaponry and his strategic acumen, Jason managed to overpower the commander, seizing control of the flagship. As the alien fleet received the signal of their commander's defeat, their morale shattered, and they ceased their operations, withdrawing from Earth's orbit. In the aftermath, as Earth began to heal from the scars of war, Jason reflected on the cost of their freedom. Memorials were erected in cities around the world, honoring those who had sacrificed their lives for Earth's future. A future that, thanks to their bravery, held promise and hope. The sun rose over a profoundly altered world. Cities, once smoldering ruins under alien siege, now buzzed with the sounds of reconstruction. Major Jason Hawk, now a celebrated hero, stood overlooking the rebuilding of New York City from the newly established United Earth Defense Headquarters. The building was a symbol of Earth's resilience and unity, a direct result of humanity's collective triumph over an extraterrestrial threat. Jason, while reviewing reports of global recovery efforts, received a call from Dr. Annika Singh. "Major, we've made more progress with the alien technology. We've adapted their energy systems safely for civilian use. It could revolutionize our infrastructure," Annika reported enthusiastically. "That's excellent news, Annika. Implement it in the reconstruction efforts. Let's give everyone a tangible benefit from our victory," Jason responded, his voice reflecting a mix of relief and responsibility. As the world healed, the unity forged in the fire of conflict did not wane. The United Earth Council, comprising representatives from every nation, convened regularly in the headquarters, discussing not just recovery, but future preventive measures. A significant topic was the establishment of an early detection system in space to prevent future invasions. During one of the council meetings, General Carter spoke. "We owe our success to our united front. This cooperation should define the future of our planet. Let's establish the Earth Space Watch Initiative." The proposal was met with unanimous approval. The initiative would use the remaining alien ships, now under Earth's control, as the foundation for a defense network. Jason was appointed as the director of the initiative, a role he accepted with a solemn promise to protect Earth proactively. Meanwhile, cultural exchanges and technological advancements blossomed. Humanity had not only gained alien technology, but had also grown in understanding and appreciation of diverse perspectives. Cities around the world became melting pots of innovation and cultural renaissance. As part of the recovery and remembrance efforts, memorials were erected in every major city. Jason, at the dedication ceremony of the New York Memorial, spoke to a crowd of thousands. "We remember those we lost, honor their sacrifice, and celebrate the spirit of defiance and innovation that saved our world. Let this memorial remind us of what we can achieve together." The ceremony concluded with a minute of silence, followed by the unveiling of a monument depicting a globe upheld by diverse human hands, symbolized unity and strength. Life on Earth had irrevocably changed. The scars of the war were still visible, but so was the indomitable spirit of its people. As humanity looked to the stars, it was no longer with fear, but with determination to safeguard their shared home. Jason, looking out over the city from his office, felt a profound connection to these people he had fought to protect. Earth was not just surviving, it was thriving, its people more united than ever, ready to face any new challenges as one. This was not an ending, but a new beginning for humanity, a dawn of a resilient, unified Earth.